This YCN segment is brought to you by LaValley Building Supply and Middleton Building Supply.
Welcome back, YCN Sports Talk. Jeremy Stout, Rob Taylor in studio, and we continue with the NFL wrap-up of Week 1, talking Patriots and Texans earlier in the show. Now we'll get to the rest of some of the NFL, and staying in the AFC East, the New York Jets. Monday Night Football. Big win over the Lions, and Matt Patricia on the losing end, the former defensive coordinator. That Jets team, first play of the game, first throw, whatever it was, pick 6 he throws, and then the rest of the game is all Jets. Is that the new Jets, or is that just a bad Lions team?
Well, I've heard people today talking, and obviously it's a small sample size.
Right, yes.
But there's a lot of excitement in New York about this new kid, Darnold. We'll see. I mean, one game is not really much to right. build a reputation on, but things did look pretty promising there. Obviously the whole way that the draft shaped up, and when Darnold was taken versus Saquon Barkley is a kind of an interesting thing. And some people look like geniuses right now, and some people look kind of stupid. But again, with just a one-game sample size, it's still too early to tell. I guess I do think that Darnold makes the Jets more competitive. There's always going to be that one win that somebody's going to sneak away from the Pats in that division. And so, after the performance Monday night, I guess I would say if I was betting at which team in the AFC East was going to steal that win from the Pats, it's much more likely at this point to be either Miami or New York, not Buffalo.
No, not Buffalo, especially their first week, tough loss to the Ravens, and we'll jump to that game, sticking in that AFC. I mean, this Bills team got utterly embarrassed. Obviously, Nathan Peterman, the starting quarterback, he comes out. They bring in the backup quarterback, the rookie from Wyoming. And, this Bills team, is this are we going to see more of this year? This Bills team is bad.
I'm worried they're going to be a hot mess this year. I actually really enjoyed. I got to watch the HBO show. What is it? Hard
Knocks. Yes.
And that was all about the Browns. Of course, the Browns have been the perennial. Bastard stepchild of the NFL.
Right.
But I really think they've got a much better shot this year than the Bills do. So I don't know. I guess I'm a little concerned out in Buffalo.
And the Browns, you mentioned them getting off to, I guess it's not a great start, but it's a decent start, ending in a tie against Pittsburgh. They were +5 on the turnover margin and then still only managing a tie. So when you get that many turnovers, you'd expect to win the game. But if you're the Browns, you kind of got to say, well, hey, at least we didn't lose, right?
Yeah, if you watched Hugh, is it Jackman or Jackson?
Yeah, Hugh Jackson,
the coach for the Browns after the game, he was trying to sound like we wanted to win this game and everything, but you could kind of tell he was treating it as a victory nonetheless for having tied their, perennial big brother, so to speak, in the Steelers. And so I'm encouraged. I think, it was obviously a neat little storyline to have a tie,
in the first week, and the Steelers with no Le'Veon Bell, so we'll see when he comes back, and we'll see how that situation develops. And before we head to break, one other game we want to talk about, or one division, the AFC West. Chiefs getting a big win over the Chargers, and it's big because now not only is it a road win against your division opponent, but now you've got that leg up for any tiebreakers, and Patrick Mahomes, he looks like the real deal in that division. I think it's going to come down to Chiefs and Chargers. Chiefs now with a leg up. They look pretty good.
They did look good, although Chargers quarterback was gunslinging a little bit there. I think from a fantasy perspective, he was lighting them up. And the wide receiver, he and his guy were really having a good game. I think my son has him on his fantasy team.
Allen,
Yep. So, I'm encouraged there. I mean, the Chiefs took some chances, too. They've made some shuffling of the deck, so to speak, and letting Alex Smith go and going with the rookie. So, I think they had a big win there.
And that was a big win for them. And then we saw the Raiders get beat on Monday Night Football. Obviously, the Broncos winning. So that division might be up for grabs. It'll be interesting to see what happens there. Lots to talk about. Only 1 week. Small sample size, like you said, Rob, so who knows what's going to happen in the coming weeks. But we're going to take our final break, and we'll talk a little bit about the Patriots. They're going to face the Jaguars, and then we'll come back. Also, we'll do our Salt Hill Pub Picks of the Week. You're watching YCN Sports Talk.